Hello everyone, and a very welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep, the most comprehensive preparation app for all exams. So this is me, Salik. So if I'm audible and visible, just write in the comments, yes sir, you're audible, so that we can move on. Today we'll be having a discussion on the previous year question of JIPMAT, because this previous year question will help you get an idea that which type of questions will be asked in the examination, right? So if I'm audible, just write in the comments, yes sir, you're audible. Okay, so basically we'll be discussing about the types of questions. I will show you some questions also, and you will analyze it that how difficult or how easy is it for you. It varies from person to person, of course. So let's start with this. Okay, before moving on, there's a small announcement. I hope you are aware that today is 8th June. So the last date for registration of JIPMAT is 9th June. Okay, the registration started on 10th May. So the last date for registration is 9th June. You can see it here, 9th June 2022. So if you have not filled the form yet, अगर आपने अभी तक form नहीं भरा है, please fill the form as soon as possible because tomorrow is the last date. Okay. Now, when is the examination date? So the examination date is on 3rd July. So we are left with, I would say, hardly 20-25 days. You can say somewhere around 25 days we are left with. So why analyzing the previous year question is important? Because once you see the previous year question, you will analyze that yes, if I am left with 20-25 days, I should be only studying these topics, so that in the less amount of time you can say ace the examination very easily by reading only relevant topics. Because I think 20-25 days is left, so you can at max read the relevant topics. You cannot reach each and everything, right? Yes. Okay. Now admit card, yes, you will come once you fill the form, and then admit cards will come and all. So basically JIPMAT is for two colleges. One is IIM Jammu, I hope you all are aware, and another is IIM Bodhgaya, right? And what is actually IPMAT? It's Integrated Program in Management, which is I have explained many times. It's a 5 years course which comprises of 3 years BBA and 2 years of MBA. So basically it is a 5 years course. Basically after the class 12th, once you enter into the college by attempting by qualifying the IPM examination, you will come out after 5 years doing getting both the degrees, actually BBA and MBA as well. Okay, so that is what I want to say. Okay, now these are some of the motivational quotes that is important for you. Success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, most of all love of what you are doing, learning to do. The next very famous one statement is, it is not enough to be busy, so are the ants. The question is, what are we busy about? So these are some of the motivational quotes that you can say learn. The next is IPM. We have discussed, it's a 5 years course which talks about, which actually contains 2 courses. Actually it's 3 years BBA plus 2 years MBA, so it's a joint course of 5 years, right? That's called IPM. And JIPMAT is an entrance examination for IIM Bodhgaya and IIM Jammu. It's a 5-year integrated courses there. Now, I'll show you some of the examination pattern, then I will show you the previous year question. So the examination pattern is in front of you. Of course, you have to be 10 plus 2, or you are 10 plus 2 appearing with 60% marks. So the number of sections is 3. There are 1, 2 or 3 sections, and these are quantitative aptitude, which in a local language you can call it as maths. It's nothing but maths. Okay. The next is verbal ability, which is basically test of your English knowledge, right? And the next is logical reasoning, is the test of your IQ, you can say. They all 3 come actually with the help of practice, of course. In all the 3, practice is required. The number of questions in the examination is 100, and each questions carry 4 marks. So basically it is 400 marks question. Okay. There is 1 negative marking. If you are wrong, you will be penalized with 1 marks. If you are correct, you will be given plus 4 marks. Okay. So the duration of examination is 100 minutes. It means 100 questions and 100 minutes will be given. So 1 question is equal to 1 minute. It means you have to be slightly fast also. You cannot give too much time on 1 question. That is also one important thing about it, right? So please be sure that you have to solve the questions in a limited amount of time, and so speed also is very important, or speed is also the key in this examination, right? Second thing is it carries negative marking if you are wrong. तो अगर आपसे गलती हो गई तो आपको negative marking भी कटेगा. The next is exam pattern is something like this. There are 3 sections I have told you already. So one is quantitative aptitude, or what we call it as a section of maths. Then DINLR means data interpretation and logical reasoning. Then verbal ability, or it's nothing but some, you can say, English, right? So they'll be asking 33 questions from here, 33 from here, 34 from here. And these are the sectional time duration, 35 minutes for this, 30 minutes for data interpretation and logical reasoning, and then 35 minutes for the 34 questions from verbal ability. So this is how 100 minutes and 100 questions you are supposed to solve. Each questions carry 4 marks. If you are right, if you are wrong, you will be penalized with -1 marks. Okay, is that clear? Yes. Now let's talk about the seats. Seats are something like this. It varies from year to year, but just have an idea that it's 60 seat for IIM Jammu and 50 for IIM bodhgaya. Now let's discuss the previous year question for which we are here. हम लोग previous year question थोड़ा discuss कर लेते हैं. So now let's start with the maths question actually, or what we call it as quant कह लो. These types of questions many times, like something they'll be asking 2 power 72 minus 3 power 24. What is the answer? I mean something like this. So the power based questions or exponential based mathematics question they have asked. So you have to be, you can say, strong in this. So there are a lot of formulas, mathematics tools, a square minus b square, a cube minus b cube. A lot of things are there. You can attempt it and you can solve these types of questions. The next one, which was very prominent, I could see, is this one, and these are very easy, I would say. This is not very tough question. This is, they are asking about HCF, highest common factor of 9 by 10, 12 by 25, 18 by 35, 21 by 40. So they're asking about the highest common factor. There are a lot of ways you can solve it. I mean, you can solve by making all the denominators equal, by multiplying with the same number in numerator and denominator. You know these things better. I think these are very basic mathematics question. So I'm just, the job of me here in this class is to just show you some of the important previous year questions and give you some idea. So they'll be asking about HCF, LCM. You should be, I can say, expert in these things, and these are basic mathematics taught in school days. It is not something as super science or rocket science. So these are very easy one. The next is they were asked the value. I have told you they are asking questions based on power, exponent, and etc. So they're asking the value of this minus this square minus this square. So don't you see this is a pattern of a square minus b square pattern. So you can solve like this, a plus b into a minus b. These are taught in school days. So if you solve by a plus b into a minus b, it can be easily solved, because if you subtract this by this, and this side you will get 10, yes, and in this side just you need to add the both, right? So we will be getting some 25 plus 15 is 40, so something 41 point something you will be getting, right? 41.4 into 10, and you can easily calculate it, what should be the answer and all, right? So these are not very tough questions. These are on the basic formula of a square minus b square, a plus b whole square, a cube minus b cube. These are the formulas that you should be, like this formula you should be aware of it, this formula you should be aware of it. These are basic formulas, right? A cube minus b cube. You should be aware of these basic formulas, a plus b whole cube, a minus b whole cube. These are basic mathematics, I mean school days mathematics, right? Then the next one they asked is about the same thing is the topic is a speed, distance, time. They are asking questions from here also, and that one train starts from here at one station, the another station. You can see at the first station it drops 1/3 of the passenger and takes 280 more. Then at the second station it drops half of the passenger and takes 2 and all. So these types of questions are asked. Sometimes based on it, speed, time, distance question is also asked, which is nothing I would say but question based on trains, boats and all. These are this was very easy actually. These things of questions they can ask. These are mostly practice based question, and if you solve up to class 10th of maths, you can mostly solve all the questions. It's not that difficult. The next is very similar to it. In a cricket team of 11 players, the average age is 28. So basically this is average, mean, average. So they are asking from this section. The average age of group of 3 players are this much. average of this much is this much is this. So this is basically a question of average. And if you know the formula, the calculation of calculating the average, then I think it's not very difficult for you. Now the next one is a member consists of 2 digits whose number is 8. So let's say there's a digit called as xy. So if you add the sum x plus y, it's 8. And if 18 is added to the number, the reverse, you can say it's are changed and all. I think this digit number, the double digit, you can do it very easily, right? XY is something like this. So it's a single digit number, it's something like this. And this is the digit at 10th place actually, right? So you can multiply like this 10x plus y and all, and that is how you calculate it, right? These are the basic mathematics. You can ask more in detail to the quant faculties. They will explain in detail. The next is a dishonest dealer professes to sell his goods at cost. So basically this is nothing but profit and loss, right? Profit and loss topics equation, right? So this is they are asking about cost price, selling price. Then you should be knowing what is discount rate, marked price, profit percent, loss percent. These things I think you all are aware of it. If you are not aware of it, please go and practice the questions. Mathematics book of class 9th and 10th, and these are not very tough questions. You can do these questions, right? Then yes, this is a work time work and time questions. So if this plus let's say 10 people can do this work in this much day, so how much time it will be taken by 20 men and all. These are the basic questions, right? So this is about the same. So these all need a practice of questions from class 8th, 9th, 10th maths book, right? So what I would suggest is please do not read all, please do not solve all the questions of maths book of class 8, 9, 10. It's very difficult because you have very less time. So see the previous year question, which type of pattern they are asking, just try to solve those sections at least. Agar aap wo wala bhi section kar loge, you will cover a lot of things because it's not, now you are left with hardly 25 days. So you cannot solve the entire class 8, 9th and 10th book. It's very tough, right? So just select those sections from where they're asking more questions, solve it, practice it as much as possible, right? So it's very similar to it. They're asking questions based on clock also. Like for example, let's say this is 1 p.m. So if 1 p.m. is happening, so the smaller, I can say needle is at 1, the larger needle is at 12. So what is the angle between the two and all? So these are basic questions actually, right? Sometimes the clock questions become tough, I agree, but generally speaking, they are not very tough. So you can solve these questions, and you have to apply the same logic that yes, the entire angle is 360 degree, so you can divide accordingly. That okay, if there is a distance of here, so if this is 12, this is 1, it means it is divided into 12 parts, so it means it must be 30 degree, right? Something like this. So the distance between or the angle between 12 and 1 will be 30 degree or something like this. You can do these things, right? So now the next one is DINLR, where we are talking about data interpretation, logical reasoning. So these types of questions are there, like if this is a series 17, 19, 15, 23, 7, 39, then what is the next one? You have to tell me what is the next one, so they can ask what is X. So basically they can tell you to find out the pattern, see the pattern and find out how to solve this question, okay? That is what they are asking. Okay, now the next one is which one word cannot be made from the word miraculous. So this is also basically a simple question. So just find out the words which are not there in these. I mean, and you can find out very easily. So let's say LOCUS, locus, L is here, O is here, C is here, U is here, S is here. So this cannot be the answer. S here, scar, SCAR, scar is there. This is also there. Solace, SOLACE. E is not there, right? So you can see solace here is E and there is no E in this. So the right answer should be here. They're asking which one of the word cannot be made from this word. And these are very easy. I mean, it's not very tough. Just search the words and find out whether these words are there here or not. So these are not very tough questions. Then they are just asking about if plus means division. So you have to just replace these words. So they are saying if plus means division, just you have to remove it. So here is plus. So just instead of plus, mark it division. Instead of minus, mark it multiplication. So where is minus? So consider it multiplication. Then divide means plus. So instead of divide, make it plus. Multiply means minus. So multiply means minus. Where is multiply? Make it minus. And then solve the questions. It's very easy. These are very easy actually questions. Then yes, they ask questions on pie chart also like this, you can see. Again, the same logic applies. The entire, you can say, angle should be 360 degree, or if they are asking about percentage, so if you add all the percentage should be 100% after adding all the stuffs, like A plus B plus B, C plus D, the percentage should be 100%, right? That is how it works. So these are basic maths question, and this is the question actually of this, and you can solve this. Similarly, this was the question about this. You can say this is from you can say English, or what we call it as verbal ability, right? So verbal ability, or you can say English mein you are supposed to read the passage. Once you read the passage, you have to then answer it accordingly, right? Just let me show you. Okay, so just read the passage. Once you are done with the passage, they are asking depletion of fossil fuels, pollution of air and water, and deforestation will never occur if, and these are 4 options. You have to answer on the basis of what is given in the above passage. You cannot apply your own logic and say, okay, this should be the answer. No, whatever is based on the passage, you have to answer accordingly. So this is basically testing how, you can say, better your English reading skill is, and that comes with reading English newspaper, or reading only important, or you can say standard English material. So I would suggest to read the Hindu or Indian Express any newspaper. If you keep on reading, you will keep on learning the English. That is what I would say. Yes, they ask about antonyms, synonym also, like they are asking about antonyms. Antonyms, they are asking, then synonyms. Then they are asking about the word vocabulary. So if you have a strong vocabulary, that will be helpful in antonyms and solving synonyms also, right? So your strong vocabulary will come from your strong English, which requires reading skill. And I would say to read the daily read 1 English newspaper, that would bring a lot of, you can say, strong capacity in you, right? That is what I want to say. The next one is also, of course, there's a fill in the blanks question based on English. They're asking about the basic conjunction, preposition. These are the basic things that also comes with the learning of English. The manager is not a dash for his position. So not fit for is not capable of, what the word you should find it is there. In a dash of anger, the teacher turned him out of the classes. In a fit of anger, right? Or what? So it's in a fit of anger, the teacher turned him out of the class. So these are basically the basic English questions that you will learn, right? The following phrase is followed by 4 options. One of the best option, you have to tell me a little, a thing of little or no importance. And you have to tell me what is the right answer. So these are basically vocabulary, है ना? Vocabulary based questions they are asking. Okay, you can see this. So these are the options, and you can mark it one of them. So whatever you will find the best one. Okay, now the next one then is they can ask a question about this. Yes, they are asking about active voice and passive voice. So you should know how to convert active voice to passive voice, and you should know how to convert direct from direct to indirect speech. They are asking this. They're asking about active to passive voice and direct indirect speech. And I think if you have weak in this, then I would suggest that Wren and Martin is a good English book. Wren and Martin is a grammar book. You can go for this. In this book, you will get to know how to convert direct to indirect speech and vice versa, and how to convert active to passive voice and vice versa, right? Then yes, of course, these are basic grammar questions. I have not seen him dash a long time. So for a long time, of course, I have not seen him for a long time, or you can see these words, है ना? Okay, now let's talk about cutoff of IPM. But before that, there's a small announcement. Those who are preparing for the next year, that is 2023, we are having a BBA IPM hotel management course. You can call on this number, or you can call on this number for this. So these are some of the IPMAT, you can say, cutoffs. For gender neutral means for general category, it's somewhere around 83, then EWS is 73, and then you can see others also category. So just have an idea that you need to get 83, and somewhere around 80 plus if you are getting 80 plus or 85 plus is a good score. That is what I want to say. So the rest tip you can go. We have discussed it. The 33 questions they're asking. I have shown the entire question paper actually. How to solve data interpretation, logical reasoning, verbal ability we have discussed. Strengthen your English. That will be beneficial in verbal ability section by reading English newspaper or any other good English source, right? So this is all about today's class. Thank you everyone. Please press the like button, share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.